Welcome back to Growth's Up, the video blog and project for all those who hate selling but need to increase customers and revenue. If you need more customers, but the thought of selling to them makes you feel stressed and uncomfortable, then this is where you need to be, where you can learn to increase customers and revenue without the hassle of selling scripts, processes, or manipulative sales techniques, and you can feel good about yourself at the same time. My name is Bruce Lawson, author of Growth's Up, and this is my 10th tip to help ensure that your growth's up. As you know, Growth's Up stands for generating revenue without the hassle of sales whilst uplifting performance. And as we've seen in past tips, to have that natural conversation, all you need to do is smile, have that nice chat, stay on the right path and break through the noise. We've added to that looking at some fundamental elements, something that the formula FCO2 looks into. The formula FCO2 stands for focus, congruence and control. 3 elements that will help you with the Growth's Up model and your life in general. We've looked at focus and congruence, and now in this 10th tip we're going to look at the final element, control. Control is the script that allows the formula to work. It is the framework around which focus and congruence can function, the glue that holds it all together. So, let me start this section with a story and a question. Question first. Do you ever feel that events are controlling you? That you feel powerless in the face of a string of disasters or mishaps? That you want to shout, "Why me?" I think there are times when it has happened to all of us. So I want to show you how often you can exert control if you want to. To paraphrase the poet, God give me the strength to change what I can and accept that which I cannot. For acceptance, you may be surprised to learn, can also be a form of control, more of which later. Now to the story, which concerns a friend of mine called Stuart. Stuart was always in a rush in the morning. The alarm would go off and, not being a morning person, he would press the snooze button to give himself another 10 minutes of shut-eye. Then when the alarm did ring, he would get up, shower, shave, dress, have a quick coffee and cereal, dash out of the house and drive to work, cursing the traffic jam all the way. He usually arrived at work just on time or a few minutes late, would rush to open his PC and then spend an hour processing his emails, which made him late for the project he was looking after. This was very much the pattern of Stuart's life till one disastrous day. Does any of this resonate with you? We go back to the same scene. The alarm rings, he snoozed and got up, but as he got up he stubbed his toe. The pain made his hand shake and, rushing to shave, he cut himself, and then wasted more time covering it up. By the time he went downstairs for his coffee, he was late. Rushing, not concentrating, he misjudged when he poured his coffee and spilt some on the work surface and the floor. Cursing now, he cleared it up, and by the time he got to his car, now 15 minutes late, he tried to start it but over-revved it and it stalled. Finally, when he was on his way, traffic was crawling, he was angry, frustrated, and by the time he got to work late was in a foul mood. Rushing to turn on his PC, he didn't wait for it to start up properly, pushed too many keys, and the PC crashed. At this point he said, "Why me?" and felt as if life had dealt him a crazy day. Of course, the rest of the day followed the same negative pattern. So let me ask you, does any of that sound familiar? Are you saying, "We all get lousy days, what can you do?" Well, it has happened to all of us, but bear with me. Let's rerun the story, only this time inserting control into it. You might be surprised at the outcome. Let's start with the alarm going off and Stuart pressing the snooze button. He thinks he's getting an extra 10 minutes of sleep. Actually, he's wasting 10 minutes and not really sleeping. So control change number 1. By the way, if there is you, maybe try this when the alarm goes off for you. When the alarm goes off, lie there, take a deep breath, That way from the start you exert control and are not just reacting to the alarm. Then get up. You now bought yourself 10 extra precious minutes instead of wasting them. Think about it. Okay, back to the story. So, Stuart gets up and stubs his toe. If he was in control, he would have known that the pain caused a shot of adrenaline and cortisol to course through his body, which speeded up his system. By the way, the reason for that is that any pain at all, triggers an ancient fight or flight part of the brain which releases these two chemicals into the system. By exerting control, Stuart, taking a second, realizing the drugs in his system will make him shaky, he exerts that control and calms himself before he does anything else. In this state of control and awareness, he would not have cut himself shaving or spilt the coffee because of his adrenaline-induced shaky hands. Now, he can leave home 10 minutes early, not 15 minutes late. Traffic is lighter, it's earlier, and is therefore less frustrating. He arrives at work early and in control, opens his PC normally, and has extra time to deal with his emails. Now Stuart feels ahead of the day and in control, and so his day, naturally, keeps getting better. Though this is a story, these are all real examples. We have far more control, as I hope you can see, over our circumstances than we realise. Take a moment to consider how the rules of control in this story might apply to your life. Is there some way you could use these examples of control and indeed take more control of your life? Regarding the growth-up model, it's easy to see that the model works so much more powerfully when you are in control. It allows you to apply the skills that create the natural conversation in a much more positive mindset. It gives you the strength and energy to exercise the focus and congruence that allows your conversation to flow. To treat your customer as an individual with all your positive energy focused on and surrounding them. This combination of FCO2 and the model will ensure each encounter is a positive and fulfilling one, helping you increase revenue and gain those extra customers. I said earlier that acceptance can be a form of control. Let's take the traffic jam as an example. We have all experienced them, sat in them, got frustrated by them. Now, despite leaving early or late, trying alternative routes, sometimes we still get stuck in a jam. I'm sure that's happened to you. The uncontrolled reactive, non-congruent reaction is to get frustrated, angry, nervous. Here is a situation you can do nothing about, so why fight it? The controlled response is to say, all right, I'm in a jam. I can't do anything about it, so how can I use my time effectively? With that attitude, you are now in control, and you can use the time to do breathing and relaxation exercises, listen to a CD or the radio, or review what you need to do that day. What you do is up to you. The point is, you have accepted the problem over which you have no control and turned it into an opportunity to do what you want. It means the jam, far from being a frustrating, energy-sapping experience, is transformed into a useful, positive space for you to relax. And so when you finally arrive at your destination, you will be in a positive, congruent mood, ready for the day, as opposed to an angry, frustrated, nervous state, sapped of energy and happiness. Does that make sense? Could you apply this to that and other situations? Do you see how control and acceptance can transform situations from negative, draining ones to positive, energizing ones? Try it and see. I know you will feel the difference. Another example, concerning the growth-up environment. You've spent ages getting an appointment with a really important client. Come the day, they either don't turn up or are late. Now, you can either get frustrated and angry, sapping energy and strength, or see the situation as extra time when you can do all the other tasks you hadn't had time to before. It's what in NLP we call a reframe, and transforms an energy-sapping anger into a positive situation. Just think about these examples and apply them to anything in your day that is relevant. Could you take control there? Of course you can. Try it next time you have a similar problem and you will feel the change. Like congruence and focus, the more you identify times to use it and practice it, the easier it becomes. Let's now look at physical and psychological control. I hope you're getting the idea of how control will change your life and make it better. Let's just explore now a couple of different types of control, the physical and the psychological. Physical control is anything from working out in the gym for the full time you've allowed yourself to not spitting on the tasteless piece of food in front of a guest. Physical control is about you controlling your body, not the other way round. Even down to being ill on some occasions. How often do we feel 1 degree under, yet convince ourselves we feel worse than we really do? Physical control allows us to realise how we really feel and how we can really function. It allows us to feel how we can function effectively within real constraints, but not bound to a sickness which is not as severe as we may pretend. That is of course linked to psychological control. If we control our mind, then we will not succumb to the weak feeling of, oh, I'll stay in bed, when you know you should not, or not perform a task you know you should. Psychological control is about being honest and knowing that we can do more than we think we need to or are capable of doing. The ultimate examples of these are, for example, a mother lifting a heavy weight to free her child when normally she could never lift it, or going without sleep for long periods, say when nursing a sick child or being in the emergency services or the military. I'm sure you can think of many other examples yourselves, can't you? The point is, we can either allow circumstances to dictate our actions and give in to self-defeating assumptions such as, oh, I can't swim, write, pass that exam, learn a language. Or we can take control and with focus and congruence honestly decide to take positive, honest action. So, there we have it, control. The framework for the formula, the map that shows the direction we have to go. The frame within which we will succeed. Control is about taking positive, active control of your life, whatever the circumstance. Taking responsibility and removing blame. You are in control, if you want to be. No one and nothing else can prevent or block that. So, as you can see, applying G.R.OW.T.H.S is made so much easier if you also apply the FCO2 formula. Once you have focus, congruence and control, you will have so much more energy and time to make G.R.OW.T.H.S work and will feel relaxed and stress-free at the same time. This will help you effortlessly generate revenue and more customers and give you the peace of mind to grow and develop the other areas of your business. Now it's time to take the formulae and the model and apply them directly to ensure that your growth's up. We'll be looking at that next time. I'm Bruce Lawson. Thank you for watching, and remember, greet the day with a smile and the day will smile back. Till the next time.